Alright guys, so I'm sitting here with Sai. Sai, welcome to my channel first of all.
Thank you so much.
Just to give you a quick background how we met, I was in a Diwali event with Sai. Actually not with Sai, but
Yeah.
I was invited there and Sai comes like, hey, I've seen your videos and well yeah,
So-
that's how we met.
Yeah, actually I was pretty excited because when I saw you, I was like, oh shit, this is the guy actually helped me to come to Germany because I watched your videos when I was planning to come to Germany. I was watching your videos and I would definitely say that it helped me a lot.
Okay.
And I'm very happy to be part of your video right now.
Now sitting here with me.
Yeah.
Tomorrow if you happen to come to Germany or in Berlin, come say hi and you might also be on my channel, you know, to share your story because our goal here is to inspire as many lives as possible, right?
True.
And then, of course, he comes with an interesting story. You will have a different story. Just all our paths are different with one single goal, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So, Sai, without getting too philosophical now, let's talk practical a bit. You know, let's quickly dive into your introduction part, just so people know where you come from.
Yeah.
What is your education background like? Have you done some work experience? Anything which is interesting. Go ahead and tell them.
So basically I come from the southern part of India, from Visakhapatnam, and I did my bachelor's from information technology, and I've been working as software test engineer from past 7 years.
Your bachelor's, how much you scored and all that?
I scored 68%, not much, but yeah, that helped me to find. So initially I got a job in Hyderabad and then went to Calcutta, then back to Hyderabad, again to Bangalore, and now I actually came from Bangalore to Germany.
Okay. And in these 7 years of work, what was your profile like? What skills do you possess?
Yeah, so actually I started as a software tester with manual testing, and then with some time and all, because manual testing doesn't have much future now in the market, so you need to upgrade your skills with automation. So I did few automation courses like Selenium using Java, and I built myself in a state where I can do automation. And that's how I've been building my career, and now in the present company where I'm working, I'm actually working as a software automation tester.
While we are talking about his story, I also want to give out more information to you guys. Why don't we start with job search visa documents required?
Yeah. So actually, you have the website india.diplo.de. So they have clearly mentioned what all documents you have to need. First is your bachelor's degree. So I've seen people in the interview that they don't have the original degree, but they have other certificates like the provisional certificate and all, but they don't have the original degree.
Yeah.
And when they go there to apply, they would simply reject you. So whenever you go, carry your original degree, and because they'll keep your original degree. If you apply for a job seeker visa, they'll keep your original degree and your passport. So these two are more important. Along with that, they will ask for some bank statement for like past 3-4 months, and you should have at least 4 lakhs account balance in your account.
Yeah.
And apart from that, they would ask you your experience certificates, and if you can actually, before going for job seeker visa, you can try applying from there to Germany, and if you get some calls, interview calls, you can also take the printout of those emails and show it to them, so that they would be okay to give you the visa, because they know, okay, you have job openings for your profile in Germany. So you have to take a DD, and you have to take it from the nationalized bank only, not from the private bank. And before you can just take the DD 2 days before your interview, and just make sure you go to the website and check what is the exact INR amount written over there. Because when I went, it was 6,200, but I just realized 3 days back it became 6,500. And actually people went with 6,200 DD and they got rejected.
Oh my God.
So before you take a DD, just don't take DD like 1 week or 1 month back. Just take 2 days before and just check the price in the website.
In Sai's case, the way things happened is while he was applying for job seekers visa, he already applied for multiple jobs while sitting in India, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you talk a bit on that part, because a lot of people think that they will fly out particularly just for finding a job while don't do any work back home.
Yeah, no, I would suggest that please do research, because you are investing, because once you come here, you just have 6 months of time. You don't get even a single minute more than that to stay in the country. So I would request people who wants to come here, first develop your skill sets, because once you are here, you cannot do that. You will be behind hunting for the job. So I would say prepare your skills as strong, and then you can actually start applying your jobs from India as well. So I used LinkedIn a lot, and I knew the power of LinkedIn when I started doing that. So I would always request that people please spend some money and buy the premium account, so that you can connect to all different HRs here in whichever company you see you have a profile opening, and then talk to them, tell them that I'm planning here to come for a job seeker visa and all, and then they would definitely appreciate that and schedule interviews. So I did the same way, and actually I got an offer just 2 days before my interview. So I just came with a work visa directly. Yeah.
I mean, of course, in his case, I have to tell you, like, he got rewarded for his hard work. But my recommendation is, of course, first thing what you should do is buy this premium package of LinkedIn. All right, because without that you can't have a full access of profile, and don't look at as a money which you are giving out. It's an investment in your future. How much would that cost? Like 5,000 rupees. Like,
it's not even that, but if you even
know
say
it's not that
5,000,
much,
that's very cheap, because you are looking for a long-term investment. Because if you get it, you don't have to come here and search for a job. You can get an offer from there and then just land here with a job offer.
Oh, 100%. We are talking about like 50,000 annually. We are talking about 45,000 annually. Number 2 for me is create your LinkedIn profile very polished and precise, because that's your first impression. Once you have a LinkedIn this access premium package, when you email them out, they will go through your profile just to check the depth of this guy.
Yeah, so even I did the same. So I went through a small consultancy, like they have companies which design your LinkedIn profile and your resumes and all. I actually did that, and that's how my profile stands on the top of 1 out of 10 applications for the same company.
Exactly.
You can just prepare a nice resume which looks good, and make sure it's just 1 or 2 page, because if it's more than 2 page, I don't think people will like it here. So just make it crisp and clear. Just tell what are your skill set and what all did you work. Don't give more in-depth knowledge about your project work. You can tell that in the interview.
Right. Before we talk about his process, the selection process, like how did your process went about where you're working right now in this company. One last thing is, I think what is missing out in this whole process with a lot of people, what I have seen is, because we do a lot of content writing for people, okay? Here in my company, we polish people's profile, we make sure that their employability goes high. You have to be professional, okay? If you have like 5 years of experience, you should reflect that 5 years somehow, right? Don't behave like you're a teenager still. I've seen people day in and out. So that's number 1. You have to be like super professional when you're talking to people. That should reflect in your email itself. When you're sending out this first email to people, they should see that, wow, what an impressive email this is.
I think because my HR shares the story, because she gets a lot of resumes, and she says, people just say, please find attached my resume and see if this matches with this profile. So that one-liner will actually not help her out. There should be something, the wow factor in the email, because they get 100 of them, and your email should be the one they should pick up. So please do spend some money and time so that your profile looks polished.
All right, let's talk about, Sai, can you walk us through your stages of interview quickly though?
So basically, if your profile gets shortlisted, the first thing would be the HR will send an email saying that can you select a date for a quick round. So then you'll have a Skype interview or a hangout with the HR. So basically, she'll ask about you, your experience, check your communication skills, and why are you coming to Germany, and your salary expectations, and your latest joining date. So if these all are good for her, and then she would schedule the next round. So then everything was good. Then I went for 3 different technical rounds in 2 weeks, and then I got the offer.
What questions were you asked when you say technical?
Technical, for me, it was manual. I was into software testing, so they have given me few real-time scenarios what they have in their company, and asked me to write all different test cases. And they actually gave me a coding test, so they asked me to automate a scenario in their own application. So I had to do that. I was given 2 days of time, and I submitted, and there was a review. And meanwhile, there were other few questions based on your experience.
Right. One of the concerning question what people have in this whole process is the salary part, because sitting in India you don't really know what's your worth. What if people try to buy you for cheap, right?
Yeah.
What is your suggestion on that?
So I would just quickly say here they don't bargain much. The first thing is when the HR asks you for the salary expectation, you have to tell a figure. If the figure matches their expectation, they will actually schedule a call. Else the HR will just reply that we cannot go ahead with the profile. So I would say people, I know I was also curious to know what should I say. So I said like I have like 5+ years of experience. I said 50k euros is what I'm expecting, because I don't want to say more, because it's better to get a job directly from there rather than coming and searching here. So I said 50k. People can say 50k or 55k depending if they are into data science, which is on the top notch right now. So they can say some 55, but you can keep between 50 to 55. That's what I can say.
Of course, people do ask like, what is the tax bracket? Are you paying?
Yeah, so yeah, the tax bracket is crazy here. So if you are single, then you have to pay a lot of money. So 43% is the tax that gets deducted if you are not married. And if you are married, you have to pay 33% of tax. And if you have kids, then the government actually gives some 190, approx 200 euros per month for the kid expense.
I mean, if you're single, and even if the tax bracket for you is quite high, I get it, but the social security system of this country is like one of the world's top notch. The quality of life is so better.
Yeah, so because you are covered with the health insurance, so you don't have to take anywhere in Europe. If you fall sick, you have health insurance, and you have different benefits, tax benefits again. So if you are ill, if you get sick, you don't have to take a sick leave. So the insurance people actually pay you the money of your salary if you get sick. So I would say don't bother about the taxes, because you get the benefit of that. You can see that once you are here in Germany. So I would say focus on your work and get a job.
Understood. Like, yeah, first somehow try to come here, pick up a job, and then we can talk about later.
Yeah.
Okay. The other question, probably last question, is cost of living. How are you managing your cost of living? And in a month, if you have to give us a figure, how much would that be?
So let's assume there's a person coming here, working here, and doesn't have much responsibility or like home loan and other stuffs in India. I think even after tax deduction, if it comes around 2,000 euros, that's still pretty good for a new start here. Because the rent, if you are a family, you have to pay around 800 to 900 euros per month for rent, and including everything, electricity, Wi-Fi, everything is included. And for food, you can say like 200 euros. That's like, even if you go out in the weekend, still you can say 200 euros for food, 80 euros for your metro pass. That's it. Actually, that's the only expense you have to pay here. I would say it comes around 1,200 for a family, and for a bachelor it might be something around 800, and remaining is your saving.
Makes sense. One last suggestion which you would like to pass it on to people there who are looking out for applying for job seekers visa, or looking out for jobs full time basically.
So I would say, because I came from the same situation, because I was confused, should I go or not, so how should I get a job, what if I don't get a job? And I would say that be confident and make yourself up to the skill before you come here, and try to apply jobs from India through LinkedIn, Stack Overflow, Glassdoor. We don't actually use Glassdoor in India, but in Glassdoor you can see like tons of jobs. So you can use all these websites, apply for the job, prepare your resume, write a small cover letter, invest some money, polish your profile, and start applying for it. And I'm definitely sure, because I started just 3 weeks before my visa interview. And I had an offer just 2 days before. And I would say people who are developers, because developers has more opportunities, what we say in this corporate world. So I would say for them it's a very good opportunity. And people who have still a dilemma, should I go or not, I would say please do give a chance. Don't regret later, because maybe after a year or so the rules might change.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. Sai,
Thank
for
you.
solid advice what he gave. But I'm sure you guys still have a lot of doubts and questions regarding your profile, regarding your resumes, regarding cover letters, regarding your LinkedIn profile, regarding all the other social media platform which gets you a job. Do not hesitate, just write it on this email ID. I will put you through with someone from the company and then we can work it out together.
I would say that everyone who wants to come here, if you have any doubts, he's the guy. Don't leave him.
Oh boy. Alright then, thanks a lot, Sai.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.